Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is the Dornisi, and today I am back with another video. And I know I have been so inconsistent on YouTube, like it's just ridiculous. But I had to come on YouTube and do this video to talk about Tyler Perry's Sistas, because this is a show that I've been watching for a while, and it's just something that I'm like really invested in, and like the storylines and everything on Twitter. I feel like I'm a little bit famous because my tweets be getting a little, retweets and likes. I'm still waiting on Tyler to, cut that check and make me the official, tweeter of the show. So I was like, why not just come on here and just do a video and just give my thoughts about the show and, my predictions and, my theories that I have regarding the show. So I'm going to start off right now with my thoughts of the show. I do have a couple videos prior to this one about me talking about certain episodes and like recapping like season, I believe it was 2 or so. And the thoughts that I have on the show is that while I enjoy the show, because there's not too many series on television that that's out there. So while I do enjoy the show to me is starting to become very repetitive and redundant. If you know Tyler Perry, you know that this is popular with his shows. With his shows, you know that it takes him forever to get to the point. You know that the acting and the verbiage of the scenes are underwhelming because it takes forever to get to the point. Because if you watch the shows, you know that they're in the scene for about 10-15 minutes and they're just repeating the same words back and forth. Sisters is like that. The Having to Have Nots was like that. His shows that he has on BT Plus, like Ruthless and Bruh, they're like that from those episodes that I have seen. It's just the verbiage isn't complex enough to where it's able to really grasp the storyline. And with that being so very few, it just feels like it takes forever to get to the point. And with Sisters, it feels like it takes forever to finally get to the point. Point being, when Fatima and Zach started dating, it took literally a whole season for Karen to find out that they were together, which it should have been deaded back in like episode right after it happened, honestly. But just like the suspense that he tries to do, it's like he does that because he knows that you're going to continue to watch because you want to know what's going to happen. And so that's why sometimes when like the seasons are going slow, I'm just like, okay, well, maybe he just needs to release all these on BT Plus so we can just get to the point. Because waiting every week and thinking there's going to be anticipation and think there's going to be like some type of resolution or some type of drama going on, but there's not. It's like you kind of just are just watching like a show that has like, no meaning to it. I mean, some of the shows of Sisters are like that. Like some of the episodes this season were pointless in my opinion because there was nothing that was done. It was the same exact thing. And that's like my main issue that I have with Tyler Perry's work is that there's no growth. That it takes forever to get to the point. The verbiage is not the best. It's just stagnant. And so that's just like why, sometimes like with his shows, like I just try to don't watch them when they come on, but instead I try to watch them like when they all come out. But with Sisters, I do tune in every week. And my issue also with Sisters is that there's no character progression. Andy, Sabrina, Danny, and Karen are all in the same mindset and stage in life as they were in season 1. Granted, because the way that he does his shows and it takes forever to get to the point to where you may have 10 episodes and it's on one day. Technically, from season 1 up until now, it's only been like 2 weeks or so, technically. So it's like, is that why we can't see like the character progression? But all of those characters are in the same boat that they were in season 1. And this whole Andy and Gary storyline is old. They're still doing the same exact thing they were doing in season 1. And I've seen people other reviewers who also say the same thing, to where they build them up for throughout the season, but then when the next season comes, you forget that they even had any type of, courage. Like with Andy, it was like one point where Andy was, going against, Gary and doing her own little thing, and then the next season she's back talking about how she's in love with Gary and she loves him. I'm like, but weren't you just over him last season? But now you talking about you love him? It's like, why are they going backwards? That storyline, in my opinion, it needs to go. Sabrina and Calvin, that's another storyline that's dragged out for no reason. Either Calvin is going to admit that he's in the closet, or Sabrina needs to leave him alone. They tried to throw it in there with Jacoby being in the mix, but that kind of didn't work out, because I'm not sure if Jacoby's going to be in season 4, but I think they kind of had to get him off because he had to show all of the Queen's men. So maybe he was supposed to be, a character, but they kind of had to like go away with that because of the other jobs that he's getting. And it's just like Sabrina has like no character progression at all. It's just the same exact thing. It's just the same exact thing from season 1. And the same thing with Danny and Preston. Danny was like one of my favorite characters, but just like her being so standoffish with Preston and not letting him in, she's been doing that since season 1, and here we are about to be on season 4, and she still will not let this man in, and he's trying, and she still, it gets old. Like, I enjoy watching Danny and Preston, but it just gets old, because it's like, why are we still in the same place as season 1? And then Karen is the same. She has not also, evolved as well. She's still the mean, evil, smart mouth person that she was in season 1. This is her in the storyline with Aaron, and it's not doing anything. Like, is it, maybe people are thinking that it's progressing because she's not really on Aaron, but now she wants Zach back, so I guess that could see some form of progression. But now the way that her character is going in a whole different direction, with the whole single white female type thing that she's doing towards Zach. And it's weird. It's just weird. And I just don't see like any of these characters. It's just everybody's in the same exact position that they were. The only characters that have any type of progression is Zach and Fatima, and Zach is the one who really has any progression because he's been there since the beginning, whereas Fatima came in later on, but she's someone new, she's someone fresh. But I kind of can see where Tyler may be trying to mess with her character too, and I don't like that. He needs to not fall into what he normally does with his shows and his movies. It's like, can you for once let these black women strive and be secure with themselves and have the happiness? Like, why is every woman on this show insecure, trust issues, they let men dog them? That every black woman does not go through that, and that is the storyline. That's the kind of issue that I sometimes have with him. Not every black woman is out here struggling. Yes, we as women do have these things, but not every black woman is out here struggling. And I'm not understanding why there's not one black woman on this show who's actually has everything. Like Andy, she has the house, she has the career, she has all of that, but she's messed up inside. She's dealing with a no-good man. Why can't there be one woman, if not all women, who has like the happiness? And I can see, it doesn't have to be like happy 24/7, because of course, drama in life is going to happen. But we just being real, the women on this show are messed up. They're messed up. For them to be 35 years old, they're all messed up in their own way. And it's just like, okay, we're tired of this whole perception of black women not being able to have it all. Like, no, because we're in a new day and age, and technically they're considered millennials. And there are women who are actually has it all. So I'm not sure why these women do not have it all. And that's just the issue that I do have with the show. But I do continue to watch the show because I do enjoy the show. It's just that I need to see something different. I need to see some progression, because after a while, my attention span can only take so much. And that is why people, when you see the show come on Wednesdays, that's why you see people tweeting about Zach and Fatima, because they're the only ones who have something worth of watching. You know, they're the only characters whose storyline is worth watching. And, you know, people look at, you know, for Maurice, because Maurice, you know, he brings the laughter. But with the rest of the original sisters, it's nothing new. It's just very stagnant, and it's starting to get annoying, if I'm just being quite honest. Alright, so now moving forward, let's talk about Zach and Karen, which is what we're all currently talking about. And basically, this is probably why you clicked on this video, so we can talk about it. So before I get into Zach and Karen, let me just make this clear, because I see a lot of tweets, you know, on Twitter. You know, people, you know, of course, you know, your opinion is your opinion, but let me just make something clear. Zach was 1,000% wrong. Zach was dead wrong for what he did to Karen throughout their relationship. The cheating, the going back to jail, the giving her STD, the thinking that he got another woman pregnant. He was most definitely dead wrong for everything he put Karen through. He was dead wrong. No one is saying that he was not wrong. At least I'm not. Because he was dead wrong. However, the reason why I root for Zach is because Zach's character, you can see the progression, and you can see how he really is was trying to do better with his life. I don't excuse his cheating or getting Karen STDs or anything like that, but you can tell that Karen, in my opinion, Karen was actually the real villain in their relationship. And we saw that from season 1 up until season 3. Or season 2. No, we're in season 3 now. So yeah, so season 1 up until season 2. Even part of season 3. And I say that because we have seen Karen annihilate this man. Not only in front of her friends, but in front of another man when she was doing it in front of Aaron. And as a man, to hear a woman just talk to you like you're nothing in front of another man, that's just low down. It shows that you don't respect me enough as a man to even, you know, speak about me to this other man. We have seen her just disrespect and talk down on Zach so many times. And at first, Karen was one of my favorite characters on the show, because I felt like she was the most real. But once I really got to see how her personality actually come out, I stopped liking her. And it was the way that she was talking to Zach is that I just not couldn't stand, because I'm not the type of person to just annihilate and, you know, embarrass a man like that and call him, you know, I'm just not finna do that. That's just not how I am. So once Karen really started to show her personality and how she was like towards Zach, I stopped liking her. But when her and Zach would get together, I would root for them getting together. And it was just, I don't know, because I just felt, you know, I've always liked Zach's character. But then again, just that part of Karen and how she used to do Zach, I don't want to say it excuses him for what he did to her, but when you think about it, if you are talking to me like this and you are treating me like this, then a man is going to go out there and get where he can not necessarily receive that treatment. I don't care if it is for 5 seconds. He don't want to be at home. So yes, they both should have, you know, left each other a long time ago. They both were toxic to each other. And that's make that clear. But let's say how now Zach, he's a bum and he was this and that. Yes, he probably was a bum. He was living off her. But I can kind of see where Fatima was coming from when she said that sometimes men needs to be built up. And I feel like if Karen would not have always thrown in Zach's face that he was a bum, he was no good, he ain't gonna never have nothing out of that, I feel like their relationship would have been different. I feel like Karen stayed with Zach because she was able to use her power over him. And Zach stayed with Karen because she enabled his actions. And not only that, he felt like he couldn't do anything without her. So that's why when you see Zach elevate, that's why you see so many people root for him, because he's elevating from the situation that he had with Karen. He understood what he did was wrong, and he's trying to make better with himself. You can see how he's trying to make those changes with Fatima, and that's why people root for Zach. People don't root for Zach because they hate Karen. They root for Zach because you can see him elevating. Whereas if Karen also does the same thing, people will also root for her, because sometimes you have people who is like, okay, she needs to leave Zach alone. Because if he's cheating on you, think he got a baby, and all that, you need to leave him alone. But instead, she couldn't just leave him alone and elevate herself. She had to bring him down while she was trying to do that with Aaron. And now look at her, she wants Zach back. And now it's like, no, sis, we're not doing this. Because you have dogged this man out for seasons. This man has gotten stabbed for you. And you told this man you wish he would have died or whatever she said. And you threw away his granddaddy stuff. And you told him you wish you never met him. You had him locked up knowing he didn't steal for you. And now you want to be in his face. That's the issue that people have with Karen now. It's the way that she has treated Zach from the time this show started, and how she's treating him now, because all of a sudden she realized she loves him or she wants him. At the end of the day, they both were wrong. They both were wrong in their relationship. Zach was wrong and Karen was wrong. But in Zach, I can understand why Zach don't want to be with Karen. Understand that they're both toxic for each other. But once you violate me in front of another man, that's it. That's it, in my opinion. That's it. However, I feel like once Zach saw how Karen was doing him, he should have left her alone. But he didn't, because I feel like he was using Karen as like a security net, because he felt like he wasn't doing anything, because Karen was telling him all of that. I don't think people necessarily just like think about it just that deeply. He stayed with Karen because he felt as though he could not, he could not do anything without her, because she would always tell him that he wasn't this and he wasn't that, so he believed it. Just as like when you're like with your parents and your parents tell you the same thing, if you get with a woman and a woman is thinking, that she's, taking care of you and all that, it's going to be the same exact thing. And I feel like that's why it took Zach so long to leave. So moving forward, we see Zach, elevating. We see him doing, his own thing, and he's elevating from Karen. He's with Fatima. And that's why people just love, honestly, I think people love Fatima's character because she's just so much relatable. She's, the way that they have her character is, she's not like the other sisters. She's different. And I think that's why people, like her. And then people just like her with Zach, I guess, because, the chemistry is great. And also, like I said, people just, happy to see Zach elevate. And I think if Karen also did the same thing, people would be rooting for her. But it's like it backfired on Karen because she was so, pressed to, tear Zach down for Aaron. Now she doesn't even want Aaron anymore. So it's like, okay, sis, yeah, you're done. That's just how I feel. So, that's just my thoughts on like their relationship. It's so much more I can go in on, but I don't want this to be a long video. So let's talk about, this whole Karen being pregnant. Karen being pregnant, I do not like it. I hope that she's not pregnant. And the reason why I hope she's not pregnant, because it's so like, it feel like it's so like normal, like it's expected to happen. It's like, why? It's like, Tyler, do not go back, because you're going to have so many storylines be the same thing. It's like, can we not do this for this show? And her being pregnant isn't going to do anything but irritate us even more, and possibly get people to stop watching, because there's no room for her to be pregnant. Like, we do not care to see her be pregnant. We do not care to see this whole storyline between her and Zach continue to get you know, out. Like we do not care for that. And I just hope that, she's not pregnant, because if she is, it's just going to be annoying. I mean, we all know that Zach and Fatima are going to be together because they have the spinoff. And on the spinoff, she's going to be living with Zach. Like, she's going to move in with him. So we know that they're going to be good. But it's just the fact that, can we just dead this Karen and Zach storyline? And can we just stop it? And then her coming at Fatima, I don't like that. It's just the way her character is going out. Her character just going out sad. But looking at her in season 1 versus looking at her now, it's like sis going out sad. And it's just sometimes, hard to watch sometimes. But I do not hope to see Karen pregnant, because I do not want to see the Karen being pregnant storyline on Zatima. I want the show Zatima to be focused on Zach and Fatima. I do not want any correlations or anything evolving around the sister circle. Just how on Ruthless, Ruth has her own things going there, and her storyline does not revolve around the Oval. Yes, it's mentioned here and there, but she has her own issues, and that's what we need to see for Zach and Fatima. We do not need to see Karen being in the middle. I just would rather not see it. I don't think she's pregnant. If she is pregnant, I don't believe it needs to be Aaron's baby. I don't want it to be Zach's baby, because I just don't want to go backwards, if that makes sense. It's like, and that's what Sistas seems to tend to do a lot, is to go backwards versus forward. So can we start off with Zach and Fatima by having their characters move forward instead of going backwards? That's all I got to say about that. So moving on to my predictions for the season finale. So everyone knows, for the season finale, or the episodes leading up to season finale, there's this saying being said that someone's has a life-changing event that changed like everything forever. And people tend to think that it's Karen being pregnant. But I came up with some theories regarding each character, whose life-changing event could take place. Because everyone think it's Karen, and I think that's why Tyler did it that way, for people to think it's Karen. But it may not be Karen. But I think we're all looking for it to be Karen. But it may not be Karen. So these are my theories. So my theory for Andy, the life-changing event could be Andy. Because I don't know if y'all remember, after the sister after show, they had showed that extended trailer. And she was back in the hotel room with Robin. And he was saying, yeah, that's how we like it. And somebody was coming out the bathroom. I don't know if y'all remember that. So her consequence could be someone coming out, or perhaps Robin had recorded when they had that threesome and trying to use it as blackmail, or something could be going on with Gary, or Jasmine, believe it or not, could be coming back. So by Andy hooking up with Robin, something could have happened because of that. And it will change her life moving forward. So that's my theory number one that's the theory number one. So the second theory that I have is how it may regard Danny. So we all know Danny is mad at Preston. For a reason, I don't know why. Because she's pushing this man away when he wants to love her. But now she thinks Preston is cheating on her because she missed her, their conversation that he had with his cousin or whoever the woman is. So my theory for Danny is that since she's mad at Preston and they're going to be at Club Eden, she could possibly sleep with El Fuego and then regret it because she finds out Preston isn't cheating, or something going on with Preston where he may catch them, or something like that. So that decision could affect her moving forward. As far as Sabrina goes, I have two theories for Sabrina. The first one, she can get in trouble because we know she's going to tell the sister circle about Zach $1 million stock. So my thing is, she's going to get in trouble for revealing Zach's business, and somehow Zach is going to find out, and she may get fired from her job. Or she may see Jacoby at Club Eden, because you all know he plays on Club Eden as well. So she may see Jacoby at Club Eden or something like that, to where, based on what they had in the past, it could come around again, or she couldn't get in trouble for, telling Zach's business. And then, of course, we know with Karen, her life-changing event is she could be pregnant. I hope it doesn't involve Karen. I don't think it's going to involve Karen, only because that's too mediocre. It's too expected. Everyone expects that Karen is going to have the life-changing event. But I feel like Tyler is going to throw us a curveball somehow, and it may not even, have anything to do with Karen. But not only that, it could also have something to do with like the characters who are not the main characters. Like, say for instance, someone, because we know there's a Fatima series is happening, someone's from Fatima's past could pop up. You all know they talk about her ex and all of this. Her ex is gonna be the main, I think one of the main plots of storylines of her of the other Fatima's show. So maybe she can have someone from her past come up, or Maurice could do something with Q, or something could happen in that situation. And then also something may happen with Calvin. I did hear someone mention that he was in that trailer and when he was supposed to be going to Florida. So something could also happen to one of those characters who may not be the main characters, but those characters may affect one of the, sisters in the sister circle. So those are just my theories that I have. I feel like if Tyler had any sense, I feel like he would not let the life-changing event be for Karen, because everyone is expecting for it to be with Karen, because everyone is expecting her to be pregnant and for her and Zach to, continue the storyline. If he was smart, he would not let that be the storyline, because if it is, everybody kind of already have it figured out. He would throw us a curveball and have something happen to one of the other characters. I really do believe it may have to do with Andy, because I remember that scene where she meets up with Robin and somebody's going to be coming out the bathroom. And so that's really just everything that I wanted to touch on with this video. It was very short. I didn't want it to be too long. I just wanted to hear my thoughts and my predictions and my theories about it. Also, something else that I had was, regarding the Fatima series. Fatima's going to get a lot of traffic. It's going to get a lot of views because people really watch Sistas now for Zach and Fatima. And my question to you all, and you all let me know down below, if Fatima does well and people are only focused about them, because if they look at Andy, Karen, Sabrina, and Danny and they see no progression, but they look at Fatima and they see new people, new faces, a new plot, a new storyline, are people going to go over to Fatima and stop watching Sistas? I really do think that may happen. I do think Tyler needs to get some new writers and help with season 4. Season 4 is already done, so I'm not sure if he wrote the season. But if they get renewed for another season, I really do feel like he needs to get some new writers, because Sistas, in my opinion, is definitely in danger because of the repetitiveness, the stock, storylines, the old storylines that need to go. Sistas is definitely in jeopardy, and definitely, risk in losing the steam to Fatima, because honestly, Fatima is what everybody wants to see right now. People are gonna watch Sistas to see how everything's gonna play out, but people really do want to watch Fatima. And so that's just my question to you all. Do you think Sistas is in jeopardy of ending once Fatima comes into play? So I really do hope you all enjoyed this video. If you all want me to go into more detail about different storylines or anything like that, please let me know. I may try to start doing this. Also for season 4, I may try to also start going live, after Sistas, and just talking about everything. And if you all want me to go into in depth about any storylines and get my opinions, because I talk on Twitter, and I be tweeting on Twitter and all of that, but I can't really go into detail because you have a character limit. So just let me know down below. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, because I also do other videos. Even though I've been gone for a minute, I also do other videos as well and different things like that. And I'm trying to, get that back up and running for the new year. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, and thumbs up this video. And I will see you all next time.